Hey, everybody, did you know that your marriage does not have to be hard? In the different groups I am in and in the couples that I work with, so many couples are struggling, but it does not have to be this way. What I have found is this, that for many people, the reason that their marriage doesn't seem to be working is that they're not working on their marriage. And I think a lot of this comes from unrealistic expectations. One of the unrealistic expectations that has filtered its way into the church is this idea of soulmates. This idea that if we just get together with a person that God has for us, that there won't be any conflict, that we'll never have any differences of opinion, that we won't have anything that goes wrong in our relationship, that everything will go smoothly and everything will just work because that's what it's supposed to look like. But I'll be honest with you, I've worked with a lot of couples and I've talked with a lot of couples, and I honestly have never seen a marriage where people were really satisfied and really happy with their marriages, that they weren't investing in one another. If we want to have the best marriages that we can possibly have, we've got to invest. We have to work at our marriage. But working for our marriage doesn't mean that it has to be hard work. And I think too many people get this confused. Let me show you what I mean by this and just give a biblical precedent here. Let's look at this verse from Genesis chapter 2, verse 15. Then the Lord God took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to cultivate it and to keep it. God's original design for Adam was that he would work. Now, here's what's interesting. This happened before the fall. So God's original intent at creation was that Adam was going to work. And it's not any different in our marriages, right? God intends for us to work. It's not hard work. It's not labor, because we see that that comes in a little bit later. Look at the next verse that I have for you from Genesis, the second half of verse 17. The first part's a little bit of introduction. And then through verse 19, it says, then to Adam, he said, because you have listened to the voice of your wife and have eaten from the tree about which I commanded you, saying, you shall not eat from it, cursed is the ground because of you. In toil you will eat of it all the days of your life. Both thorns and thistles it shall grow for you. And you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your face you will eat bread, till you return to the ground, because from it you were taken, for you are dust, and to dust you shall return. From the very beginning of creation, God intended for Adam to work. But the work didn't become laborious. It didn't become hard until sin entered into the world. And the same thing is true in our marriages. We work for our marriages, but the work doesn't become laborious. It doesn't become hard work. It doesn't become toil. We don't see thorns and thistles in our marriages until sin enters into the picture. Friends, I believe that you can have the marriage of your dreams. I believe that you can have the marriage that God intended for you to have with your husband or with your wife, but you have to make an investment in it. You have to work if you want your marriage to work. It just doesn't happen magically. It doesn't happen by accident. It takes intentionality, and it takes the time and the effort to invest in your wife, to invest in your spouse. If you don't know where to begin, if you don't know how to invest, if you don't know what the work looks like, I would be more than happy to help you. Send me a DM and we can figure out a way to work together. I have a coaching program for couples that will help you live your magnificent marriage. God bless you, and I'll see you soon.